So, just saying.
Hi.
Hi.
I was gonna ask, what was like the most, not the hardest, but like the most emotional scene in Pokemon that you did? Like, all that you've done.
I think definitely no spoilers here, but near the end of the first movie, it was very sad and happy. Butterfree being set free. I think when Ash, Misty, and Brock decided to part ways, that was really sad. I think in a small way, Ash leaving his mom to go on his journey wasn't so sad in the moment, but it is kind of sad. And when he comes home and he can't find anyone right away, and then Professor Oak is there, just weird. But those things, I really like the fact that there are true emotions in that show. There was a lot of other things. One scene that's always in my mind is they're in that cave with Snowrunt, and they're trying to send someone out to save them, and where they're freezing cold. All of that stuff I really loved, actually, in a weird way.
Out of all the Pokemon from back then to now, instead of Pikachu, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Well, if I had to choose another favorite, I used to say Lapras because I love the idea of them floating around, but I don't really live near water. So I switched to Charizard because I live in Los Angeles now and there's so much traffic. I would love to fly over everything. So just for very practical reasons, Charizard.
From all the qualities that Ash has, do you identify qualities yourself?
Do I identify qualities of Ash with myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say before I started working on the show, I thought I was a pretty positive person, but I didn't realize the attention to being positive that was necessary in life. I don't think any of us can just be happy or just be positive. You have to think about it and make a conscious choice to be positive. Ash would never say, "Oh, we'll never get out of here." He said, "What can we do?" And that definitely shifted in me, and so I feel like I identify more with that now than maybe I did in the beginning of the show, and I realize now how much more important that is. I realize now how important friends are. I took that for granted as well. So I guess now I identify with Ash, and hopefully he's improved me. Yes?
I have like two things. One,
Okay.
How long do you think Pokemon is going to last? And two, have you heard of the Poké Tournament game? Because it's practically illegal for making two Pokemon fight. It's kind of like two animals fighting
Oh, wow.
to earn money.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. It's like having roosters fight or dogs fight, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Pokemon aren't real. So they are, kind of, but hopefully, it is okay, I'm against fighting in general. So I don't like the idea of people fighting and then fighting to make money off of it, and especially for Pokemon, I don't think that's a great idea. But no, I've not heard of that tournament. And I've not heard of it.
It's kind of like Mortal Kombat.
Oh, but with
style.
Pokemon fighting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait. I think I just played this game. I think, is it Pokken? Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I played it. I was just at a convention in Wales. I played it. And it was horrible because it was so violent. So yes, I'm really against it. My daughter and I had to play on the little stage in front of people. We're like, no. And I'm going, oh, it was so violent. So yes, I'm kind of against it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy yourselves. But I won't be joining you. What was the first part of the question? Oh, how long will Pokemon last? Well, my snide answer is it lasted 8 years and then it was over. But seriously, I don't know. I mean, the stories go on, and it brings so much joy that I think it could go on forever. I would just like to be Ash again in it and let it go on forever. That's just from me. But I mean, it really could go for a long time.
Good afternoon, Ms. Taylor. First of all, I'm a big fan. Thank you very much for coming again to South Texas.
I see you.
Met
Yes.
you before a long time ago.
Yes.
I actually have two questions for you. First question is about conspiracy theories in the Pokemon world.
The what?
Conspiracy theories, and a lot of Pokemon fans create theories about stuff within the show. And first question is, do you have a favorite conspiracy theory you've heard of? And the second conspiracy theory question is about Ash's dad. Do you have any clue as did the writers ever give you a question or an answer about Ash Ketchum's father in the show?
Okay, so the only way I know about any of the theories is what people have told me from conventions. So just to be very clear, I have no idea about any of these from working on the show. Nothing, there's no secret that I know that you don't know, and nothing was ever talked about at work. So just to know that. I think that Ash stays 10 because I think he embodies the 10-year-old in all of us, and that never really changes. Ultimately, when you're 10, anything is possible. You don't have that much homework, you don't have many chores, and you can do anything. And so I think in a way, for me, the reason Ash stays 10 is because we all do. And we can pop back to the show and be that 10-year-old that we were when we watched the show originally. So I love that. And it's a reminder of how anything can be possible even as adults. Even though you have to clear away a lot more stuff to get back to who you are. Ash's dad, I have no idea who he could be or where he went. But I do think that ultimately Ash may never have gone on his journey if he knew the answers to those questions. I think we all have suffered some loss in our lives, and loss in any form sends you off on a particular journey in and of itself to heal, to find something about you that might be missing. And Ash's journey is all about that. So he's constantly discovering who he is, what his strengths are, his weaknesses, and perhaps if he knew his dad, he wouldn't have had those same questions.
Hello.
Oh yes, I see you. Thanks.
I have two questions. The second one's like paired. The first one is, will Ash ever evolve Pikachu? And the second one is, what do you think of the new Pokemon game, like Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sun and Moon?
I think that Ash, like most parents, encourages their children to be the best they can be, but you can only push your child so far. And your child has to make the determination to evolve to their next level. So I don't really think Ash will ever force Pikachu to evolve. But I do think that he is as supportive as he can be. And then they just kind of see where their relationship goes from there. I have heard of Pokemon Go because I watched the Super Bowl and I know about it, and it looks awesome. I don't know about Sun and Moon. I just heard about that while I was here this weekend, actually. So, I don't know. Pokemon always comes up with the most awesome games, so I can't imagine them